Movies you can watch over and over again. And I usually fail at getting a movie that Robert tends to agree with.
Yeah.
So I was thinking of what's one movie that, yep, what's a movie that we both could watch over again, we enjoy. And the one that comes to mind, or the first came to mind, is Terms of Endearment.
Really?
How did
That
I
doesn't.
do?
I think you did well. 'Cause one, it doesn't quite seem like a Matthew movie.
Oh, it's a Matthew movie,
Yeah.
baby. No, it's
And
not a
I don't
Matthew
know.
movie in
You
that
know,
sense.
I don't know if it's really seen as a Robert movie either.
I don't think so, but I think we
But
both enjoy it.
I 100% do, and we've talked about that before. Obviously, I remember when they were shooting
Yeah.
here in Nebraska, I'd hear about it. Jack Nicholson. I didn't know who
Yeah,
Shirley
that's what I
MacLaine
love to
was.
hear.
Yeah, I didn't know who Shirley MacLaine was at the time. I mean, I recognized the name, but I was like, oh, Shirley MacLaine's in
Because you would
town.
have been 12, right?
Yeah,
Or
probably 12, yeah, when they were filming. Jack Nicholson kind of
82 would have
yeah.
been. Yeah.
That we knew was shooting here, and then Debra Winger was pretty. I mean, I think she had done Officer and Gentleman, so she was kind of known for that. And then she started dating our was he governor at the time, Bob Kerrey, and then
Oh,
so
I saw that in the IMDb. So that must have
yeah,
been like a huge deal.
it was, and she
News and
was
stuff.
with him for a while, and I remember they owned like a gym or something not too far from my house, and they sometimes she was just there, and I
Was it
think I
called
heard
Wingers?
I don't it was not so. But yeah, so she was one of those who was kind of part of the Nebraska thing,
Oh,
and
that's
then
so cool.
and then I met not met her, but she came back into town a couple years ago. Film Streams are independent cinema, and they always bring in different directors or actors or whatever. So she came
Yeah.
back, and they kind of have a nice conversation, with her, and they said she's coming back to Nebraska, and she was in the downtown part, and she's like, "You guys have so much concrete here." Like there was no she was looking for green space, and she's just like, you have all this concrete downtown parks and whatever and so forth.
Really?
Yeah, it's improved since then,
I'm sure there's like
since our
mixed
visit.
use and
But
what
yeah,
was there like kind of a lot of concrete at the time?
yeah, I know what she's talking about because it was just like, this isn't a park. This is a park built by a
Concrete
skateboarder, or
jungle.
something like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah. So, and she's an interesting actress because, well, speaking of All the Way May, she was supposed to be the lead in A League of Their Own,
Yeah,
and
you were
dropped
telling
out,
me that one
dropped
time.
out because of Madonna. Like, nope, she didn't want to be any part of that. So, and
Shame on her.
that could have, I could see, Gina Davis ended up taking the role, but yeah, I mean, I could
And
see
Gina
Deborah
Davis did
Winger
a
in
great
that. Yeah,
job, but
and
I
that could
could
have
see
been
her then.
so great for Winger. That would have been moved her back up into,
Saying
yeah,
you're attached to a league of their own only
yeah.
helps you.
And
Like Meg
so,
Cavanaugh at the Hollywood show.
yeah, but so yeah, and she's, I don't want to say not a troubled actress, but I think she just
She's
her and
had
Shirley
problems.
her and Shirley MacLaine on this, they just supposedly hate each other and so forth.
Yeah.
But they also people say like this is just actors. This is part of the process that, we're not here to love each
Right.
other. We're just trying to do our best and so forth, and we don't need to
Yeah, you have
get
egos
along
going in
necessarily.
sometimes. And
Yeah.
in terms of endearment, it's my mother's favorite movie. So
Mm,
growing up, she'd watch that a lot. So I ended up watching it, and I ended up
yeah.
loving it. And my mom always will joke, and she'll do. You ask her to do the nurse scene, where she's like, "Give her the med." She'll do that like full volume. It doesn't
Oh
matter if we're
yeah.
at like Disneyland or whatever. I'm like, "Mom, do that scene," and next thing you know, she's like, she loves it. So I loved it too. And just there's so many lines in there. I love that it's set in Nebraska. I love Jack Nicholson. The astronaut. What's his name? Uh, Garrett
Yeah.
Lovebreed being like, well, unless you're curtsying on my face in 30 minutes, we have nothing to worry about. Shirley MacLaine, so proper. And, the whole thing with Deborah Winger and Jeff Daniels, there's like, it's heavy and,
Yeah.
it's just like a perfect movie. And it's not, the feel good movie of the year, obviously, but it's one of those
No.
movies you're like, yeah, you can watch it. It gets better with age, I
Yeah.
think.
And I
You
just sent you a
appreciate it
photo
more.
on Facebook because right next
Let's
to the
see.
Capitol, and so I literally almost take a picture every time I walk by. This is the church. Remember the boys run away,
Oh,
and she
cool.
finds them, and they come around the corner. She says, "What you guys doing?" And like, and to get back.
Oh,
So
yeah.
this church is right by the Capitol. So I always almost every time I take a picture, and because I think of that
Oh, that's
movie
so cool.
and so forth.
Oh,
But
that's a
yeah.
great picture.
So
I'll
yeah.
post that.
But yeah, so every time I was like, oh, this is I called the Terms of Endearment
It's
Church.
the
And
terms of endearment church.
I was walking with a kind of a cohort one
TOE.
time, and we're walking by here. I said, and this is the terms. Like people had no idea. I was like, did you not know this is? Yeah,
Do
but
they at least know the movie?
they know the movie, and they kind of
Okay.
vaguely know, like, oh yeah, I remember that was shot here, and or pieces of it and so forth.
They got to watch it.
Yeah. So, but yeah, 100. The
I would
movie.
appreciate seeing the terms of
You
endearment
would, yeah. I
church.
will take you. If you come to Omaha, I will, and Lincoln, I'll give
Oh,
you
we
the.
have to.
Well, we'll have to go to the Golden Sower of.
We have to see the Golden Song. We have to go to Godfather's Pizza.